This is John Paul Rice, some people call me. Today, talking about social justice warriors, because I am not letting up on them, and I got a little article here, like usual. Let's get into it. Sakota, the real reason social justice warriors frustrate us so much, and I like the title. Let's take a look at what they have to say. Over the past few years, social justice warriors have become the target of mainstream ridicule, so why exactly do they frustrate us so much? So he makes a comparison to Christians of the 19th century and social justice warriors. Let's see what he has to say. Social justice warriors have positioned themselves as the Christian purists of our new era in the same sense that the church and its clergy shamed society for its lack of adherence to certain Christian principles in the 19th century. Social justice warriors have stepped in with their own brand of moral posturing to remind white people to not wear sombreros on Cinco de Mayo. Okay, I wish he gave a specific example about what Christian purists think, but maybe he means it's kind of like religious in a certain way. I wouldn't have said Christian, I wouldn't have brought up a certain religion, but alright, let's just call it that he's comparing SJWs to some kind of religious mentality. So this here I've heard before, I didn't quite believe it, and I believed it, but I didn't quite know how serious it was. A survey taken in 2017 revealed that an astonishing 20% of college students believe the violence should be used to shut down controversial speakers. I guess they meant believe that violence. Okay, so yeah, that's a large number. When I was in college, we were all about, yeah, say what you want, free speech. Let's get everyone, everyone's opinion out there. It wasn't like, well, shut them down with violence. What do you want to shut down with violence? When people say a movie's bad? When people, mention fat shaming or something, which we'll get into, take it down with violence? Take the recent outrage over the Netflix show Insatiable. The show came under fire for fat shaming because of an early moment in the show in which the overweight main character exacts revenge on her peers at school after she loses 70 pounds. Thousands of people have demanded that Netflix cancel the show. Ironically, later in the series, the main character realizes losing weight was not the real solution for her problems. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I've gone through this before. I've seen this in Mary Sue, where they're talking about weight and body shaming and this kind of shit. Weight is a health issue. That's all it is. If you're overweight, you've got to lose weight because you have a higher risk of a heart attack. It's just not healthy to be immobilized, from not being able to just move around as much. Whatever else it is, I'm no doctor, but has probably cardiovascular issues, things like that. Whatever it is, you guys know what I'm saying. It's not healthy. That's the main thing. So, I think we should tell people politely or nicely, yo, eat right, do this, have a healthy diet. You don't have to point fingers and make fun of fat people or whatever, but come on. It's just something that, it's not like it's an opinion. If you're 375 pounds or you're way overweight by 50 or 70% or something, that's not healthy. That's a fact. But we have heard before, SJWs don't like facts. And then I'm going to read this because I heard about this. And this woman, it's just surprising people slip through the cracks like this and they don't get heat. Americans don't want to be told their pain isn't legitimate because it isn't compatible with intersectional theory. Take, for example, the recent case of Sarah Zhang, the latest New York Times hire that came under fire for his history of anti-white bigoted tweets. Zhang is a graduate of Harvard Law School, a program that produces some of the wealthiest Americans. Despite her tremendous privilege, they said his history, her tremendous, okay. The Times Public Relations Office portrayed her as a vulnerable Asian American woman whose bigotry was motivated by her life of subordination and discrimination, although she went to Harvard. As a graduate of arguably the most prestigious academic program in the country, Zhang is certainly able to counter trolls and discrimination in ways other than bigoted tweets. It is an insult to her agency to suggest otherwise. And yeah, that's exactly the thing. I suppose just because she's Asian, she has less privileges, she's treated poorly, but it's just about, well, she's Asian. But the thing is, she went to Harvard. So they're not looking at who the person is, they're looking at what the person is. And that's the whole problem. So if you happen to be a social justice warrior listening to this video up to this point, you gotta stop thinking about surface value. I'm here in Japan. I don't see an American or a white person or even a black person sometimes for over a week. I mean, I might see them across the train station or something in passing like that, but, it's just me here, and people are people. There are some Japanese people that are cool, who know how I feel about things, some that don't, and some in the middle who are trying to understand. It just depends on the person. It just has absolutely nothing to do with the surface, like zero. And I learned that through my life from being here 14 years. Then when I meet someone here who's black, or Spanish, or whatever, it's like we're just totally in the same boat as people outside of our country. And it just makes absolutely no difference about the skin color of the person. If they're overweight, though, that's unhealthy. That's a fact. Just saying. So, I guess basically the gist of this article is that we get upset about social justice warriors mostly because they cannot see anything but the surface. And they apparently are kind of for violence against freedom of speech. Nice. That's why I'm here making videos against them. I'm doing Star Wars, entertainment, actors when they get drama, stuff like that. But I'm also doing social justice warriors because I don't like what's going on with them. Anyway, if you're new here, click that subscribe button, smash it, press it, whatever you want to do. Doing shout outs, special thanks. See you next time.